Southern Nevada, as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The atmosphere here electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Denver Broncos. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
2nd and 9 now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. They'll look to throw. Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. To throw is Carr. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Now a play fake. Carr. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Bradley Chubb in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On play action, now Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The kick by Carlson is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as...
And now the rookie's free. 30, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Well, we have seen some rookie running backs come in and have a big impact year one, and this guy would certainly fit that bill, as that was one heck of a run there.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up, because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Carr now to throw. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Let's go, defense. 93. 93.
Carr going to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
It's 2nd and inches at their 49-yard line.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Big Sebastian Joseph Day there on the stop.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Carr. And that is incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
A huge play there for Denver. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And they'll try the jet sweep here.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Broncos. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is up to 8. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because now...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
Now a play fake here on first down. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
So back-to-back incompletions, so that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it go again. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And he is going to wind up losing yardage here as that will take us to the end of the first quarter play. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Carr. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. You know, the running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find Walter. That's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's Pirine to begin the drive. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 97 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game. Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And the Broncos 1st down.
Now a carry for Pirine. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Damon Arnett up to make the tackle.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Now Pirine. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. They'll run it here with Pirine. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Carlson on for the PAT. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there. Right? Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, the great coaches said football's really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. This is taken at the 15. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what...
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They go play action here on first down. He's got it. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And did the offense get it back? They did at the 1-yard line. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free.
Touchdown! A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because...
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And he is not going to get to the goal line. The defense keeps him out of the end zone, and as a result, that's going to keep this game tied. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, it's Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big play there just before halftime. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook. And that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big run. And that is caught. It's Ruggs. Touchdown, Vegas. Henry Ruggs. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Raiders have moved out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Broncos 20.
Touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in the field goal range. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Now after the INT, it's Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Carr. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
after an incomplete pass on second down. That'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Here's 2nd and 9. They'll set up a throw. And that'll be incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Raiders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Here's Carr to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So the deep ball giveth, and now the deep ball taketh away.
Man, you're getting deep on me here. I like that. Going to the next level in what you're thinking. And when you think about all the success he's had throwing the football so far, sometimes when you're doing that, you think you're invincible out there. But he was given a cold dose of reality on that throw.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Corey Littleton gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Carr's throw complete here to Waller. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. 2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9. Here's Carr. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Carlson able to put this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 17. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to have this down deep into Vegas territory. A huge play there for Denver.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And the Broncos are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 41 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
36-yard line.
Stop your whining. Mike 56, Mike 56. Check back.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Carr now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Again, it's Carr. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Sebastian Joseph Day coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Carr. And incomplete on the deep ball.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Throwing now is Carr. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st, as he can only make it to the 11. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And that is caught. It's Ruggs. Touchdown, Vegas. Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this throw caught left side. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally, because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And my goodness, another interception. It's David Arnett picking it off. And the Raiders will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Well, a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all, haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 49. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And that is incomplete.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders are going to take over here up near the 40. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
Carr going to look to throw. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 24. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. This time has run out on this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Las Vegas,